Richard asked me to sing a song I wrote a while ago. It's called One Prayer. And it has many components to it. Yeah, I'll just sing it. If I had one prayer, I'd pray for people who hate. Maybe I'm out of my mind, or deep in my faith. A man grows old when his soul's in pain. Only love can loosen that chain. But if I offer you grace, will it cause any change? And do I help you wake if I calm my rage? I think of revenge, but will I become the thing I despise? When a heart goes numb, I'll say a prayer, knowing it finds people who hate. I send it now to heal the hearts of people who hate. If only one song could silence hate and end all the war before it's too late, will a cold mind begin to feel that the fear in our world has the chance to heal? I'll say a prayer, knowing it finds people who hate. I send it now to heal the hearts of people who hate. All of our thoughts can set the stage, for the power of love is larger than rage. When we take revenge, we will become the hate we despise as our soul goes numb. I have one prayer for the world to hear. It's a cry for mercy, the last of our tears. Let hate dissolve, let the past reveal that love has shown us what is real. Angels above, quiet the pain in people who hate. I'm sending one prayer to heal the hearts in people who hate. I pray for people who hate. May all be blessed, may all be loved, may all feel peace. I pray for people who hate. May all be blessed, may all be loved, may all feel peace. Sing with me. I pray for people who hate. May all be blessed, may all be loved, may all feel peace. I pray for people who hate. May all be blessed, may all be loved, may all feel peace. I pray for people who hate. May all be blessed, may all be loved, may all feel peace. I'm sending love to people who hate. I must be out of my mind, deep in my faith.
All three of us were together when that song was being created. Maureen said, we should probably add those lyrics to the "May all beings be blessed and loved," and added that to it as well, and it became a kind of theme song. And I think it's really a theme song for what we're talking about today. Today's talk is called "Walk Away, I Won't Be Fighting Today." We're in the scripture right now, where we started off. Don't get scared, it's the Bible, I'm going to make you laugh. Don't be frightened. I see some people jump, I see you. You kind of go, oh boy, he's picking up the black book again, look out, we're in trouble now. No, this is going to be an awakening, no trouble here. Well, a little trouble. Okay, I said last week, think not that I have come to abolish the law and the prophets. I have come not to abolish the law, but to fulfill it. Yes, for truly, truly, underline, I say unto you, till heaven, inside, and earth pass away, not one iota, not one dot will pass from the law until all is accomplished. We said last week that the letter of the law and the spirit of the law actually work together. That's why Jesus said, I come not to abolish, but to fulfill, to help you take the letter of the law of cause and effect, and lead to the doorway of the grace that'll put a smile back on your face. It doesn't mean one or the other. It means both, the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. So here he's talking to us now about both. He says, you have heard that it was said of men of old, you shall not kill, and whoever kills shall be liable to judgment. That's pretty much it, right? Do not kill. But I say unto you that it goes further, that everyone who is angry with his brother or sister shall be liable to the judgment. Whoever insults his brother or sister shall be liable to the council, and whoever says you fool shall be liable to the hell of fire. Yo. Jesus takes us pretty deep now, out of the realm of just the letter of the law to the spirit that fulfills it. He points everything back to our own internal state of consciousness. When we were raising our children, our three children, we had a method of rearing where we had a fence. And the fence was so large, depending upon their age, and Maureen and I had our yes and our no around the boundaries of what that fence looked like. And the kids knew what it was. They knew that they couldn't go to mommy and ask daddy to get some different answer. That this was yes and this was no. And as they got older, the fence got larger until pretty soon now they're, oh my Lord, in the mid-30s and 40s, and they're on their own, right? But we started off with the letter of the law, so we could help them find the containment in the edges of their life. You need to have that. You need to know what that is in your own life. What are those things in my life that I need to follow? So this particular scripture says, it says of time of old, you shall not kill. Now, isn't that interesting? That every major religion, whether it's Islam or Christianity or Judaism, says what? Thou shalt not kill. Period. End of discussion. That's it. Don't do it. So we say, I'm a Muslim. I'm following Muhammad. Don't kill. I'm a Christian. I'm following Jesus. No killing. No destruction. Well, you can go, no eating meat. What? No snatching insects. No world wars, no justifiable killing of anything, no nuclear weapons. It just don't do it. That's what it says, right? That's the letter of the law, right? It just says, this is what you do, don't do it. You got to follow this to get this right. We have, I'm not, please hear me now. A gun is a weapon for killing things. That's what it is. You can say I'm hunting for food in Whole Foods, I'm looking for organic meat section, whatever you do, but the truth is, the weapon is for killing. That's what it is. Thou shalt not kill, period. That's what it says, end of conversation. This is what it is, and yet we interpret it in all different kinds of ways. We say, well, we need to eat meat because I need high quality protein in my diet. Well, Jesus and the Dalai Lama eat meat, and Buddha died on a piece of tainted pork, so why can't I have some meat? Do you understand how we interpret it? We stretch it out. Well, we have to kill our enemies, and we have to make our nation strong, but the truth is 95% the killings that happen in this country, maybe the world, but I know this country every year happen on the spur of the moment by someone who's not aware of their own angry thoughts, and nothing spurs the moment on like a good old handy weapon. And ego, consciousness, anger projects out and kills people. So we have to look at, well, what does that mean? What is the letter of that law? So Jesus said that's what that is. However, because no one will ever agree on all of these tenets, let's go to what the spiritual principle is. There is no enemy outside of you. There's no one that you're battling. There's no external situation separate from you. There is no separation. Period. The anger that must be dealt with is the anger that we deal with where? Inside ourselves. We become familiar with that inside of us. That's where the real work is. Not outwardly, but inwardly looking at the letter of the law and the spirit that fulfills it. And when we understand what the letter of the law is saying, we not only want to obey it, I want to embrace it. Bring it on. Let me see what this is in me, not in you. We all run around thinking the world is the problem. It's the situation. It's the government. It's the taxes. It's the stock market. It's the Republicans. It's the Democrats. They're the problem. If we could just get rid of those people outside, that's not ever going to solve anything. It never did. We have to work with that place in us where we're dealing with our own internal state of consciousness, right? That's what we do. We do this work inwardly. We look at it, and you get pointed towards that, not only in the Bible, but by other masters as well. This is one of Maureen and I's favorite one out of the second coming of the Christ, the resurrection of the Christ within. Paramahansa Yogananda. Say that with me now. Paramahansa Yogananda. What did he talk about today in your Christian place? Paramahansa Yogananda. That's what we figured. No willful killing is possible without being triggered by thought. So to fulfill the law, thou shalt not kill, Jesus said, not only the act, but all thoughts, speech, and actions related to killing must be strictly avoided. He spoke in consonance with the sages of India who honor the spiritual injunction, ahimsa, inner and outer non-violence. Once my guru, Swami Sri Akshwari, watched me as I raised my hand to kill a mosquito. It was siphoning blood from me, and we who live here know about mosquitoes, right? I was just about to smash it, and oh, that's right, my decree of nonviolence, I put my hand down. And Master said, why don't you just finish the job? In astonishment, I replied, why, Master, do you advocate killing? And to that he responded, no, but you have killed the mosquito in your mind, and thus have already committed the sin. Oh. Oh. My guru did not mean that when anybody has an impulse to kill, he should do so. He was making the point that no one should feel the desire to kill at all. Of course, it is better to suppress the desire to kill than to commit the actual act. But the greater achievement is to remain free from evil thoughts, which are the basic cause of all evil actions. Lesson summation point number 1 from Sri Yogananda. The law of cause and effect bestows good and bad fruits of actions according to a person's good or bad intentions. Every action, mental or physical, produces a result in the form of a tendency which is lodged in the mind as a karmic seed. This mental tendency seed germinates into action when conditions of the environment provide the necessary watering. A good mental seed produces good action. And a bad seed produces evil performance. It's inside of you and me. That's where it lies. When we were teaching our children about that, about a spiritual concept they could embrace, which I still use a lot, it was the story of remember the book Big Me and Little Me? That was such a great book. That's still a great book. And that little me is that me, myself, and I. You know, that place that seeks revenge and wants it my way. And you think, oh, kids are so pure, but you watch them get into it with each other, and it's pretty quickly. you see that they're into that kind of thing, right? You guys know you have children. It's there, that tendency, that seed is there. That's called the little me. It's angry, it wants for itself, it implodes on itself. And then that's also connected to the first three chakras and the back of the brain. Neural synapse right here. I want, it's mine, give it back to me, I'll take it away from you. You can see that. And then there's also the big me. The big me is open heart, it's oneness, it's there. You breathe in the little me, and then you breathe out the big me. And you realize that you have a choice about which one you want to water, which one you want to bring energy to. And you get it that simple. Your day is going to work. Is this from the little me? And don't remind somebody else they're being a little me. They don't need you to tell. You're just being a little me. No, you are. Just breathing in. I breathe in the little me. I breathe out the big me. So I woke up a couple of mornings ago, and I was on a roll about some outer event that happened, some situation. And I was really, in that moment, aware that I was killing my awareness of truth in me in that moment by feeling justifiably angry. Anyone know that one? In that moment, I just took a look at, well, what is this? What's going on now here? What is it? You know, there's an old Zen statement that says, you may not be able to stop birds from flying over your head, but you sure as heck can keep them from building a nest in your hair. Yeah? So I'm building a nest in my hair, or I'm watching them fly over. Either way, I make my choice about what seeds I want to water in that moment. And I'm also listening to the little bird on my shoulder that says to me, Richard, grasshopper, listen to me. The external situation is the effect. The cause is your reaction. The external situation is the trigger. The response is the cause. And that lies inside of you. That's where the work is. That's where you get to work with it. Inside of you. Every time you do this, you're praying for people who hate. Because what other person can you pray for who's hating or in anger or in judgment or even slightly irritated if it isn't first going to be you? It's got to be you. There'll always be some reason why you're not getting what you want from life. While people are not doing what you want them to do. They're not loving you enough. They're not kind enough. They don't care enough about you. We watch all this nonsense in the world and we wonder, why is it so hard? It's hard because we are out in the world making it real. And it is not real. It is a reaction of our own consciousness. We are the cause. We get worn out, but you watch how we are during the day. We start off with, oh my God, I can't believe it. I'm looking at all the headline news. Oh, look at this, and all the terrible disasters that happened while I was sleeping last night. Ah! And then you get in your car and you're driving down the road and you're cutting people off and you get to work and everybody's complaining about the economy. The stock market's up. I still feel broke. Well, great for the stock market. Oh, goody, it's at 19,000 trillion points. I still can't pay my rent. Thank you so much. Where is this coming? You know what I'm saying? And there you are. By the end of the day, you are exhausted and you haven't gone anywhere. You're just sitting in a chair. You're cutting hair. You're at work. You're driving in the car. What's happened? You've made something real that isn't real. You've made it real because you believe it's real. You're watering the seeds of that which keeps you stuck in a place of consciousness that doesn't allow you to see where your anger lies. And there's also another story in the Bible about anger. The Pharisees and the scribes and the teachers, they brought a woman before Jesus to stone her to death because she was committed in the act of adultery. I say unto you, if they, adultery, that whole thing. And they were there, and what are you going to do, Jesus? And Jesus said, anyone here who has not had an evil thought in their mind, go ahead and throw the first stone. And guess what? They all did. They all went bye-bye. Because no one was without an evil thought. He knew how it works. And I was thinking about that. Normally when I'm dealing with something that I'm angry about or I'm in pain about and I'm not acknowledging what it is, what I do is I don't so much throw a brick at her or him, I throw little pebbles at them. Couples know how to annoy the heck out of each other. Bing, 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 sideways like who knows how to better to bother him and her than you? And your children. That's bing, 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 little stones, little pebbles. It just gets that subtle when we're doing this deeper work. We look at that place in us. Every time it happens, and we're going to try to make something outside of us and a cause, we know, no, it's not outside, it's inside. It's inside of me. I can walk away from this energy and walk around it and awaken to something even greater. So I'm at my other favorite place to wake up, and that's the gym, and I'm working out. And about midway into my workout, somebody comes in, about a 16-year-old who works as a volunteer for the Y, and she goes, "Sir, do you own a Harley Davidson?" And I said, "Yeah, I do. It's outside, it's got gas all over the bottom, it's leaking." Sure fit the rest of the day so far. And so there it is again, there's the opportunity. Am I going to let this land on my head and build a nest? Or am I going to use this to awaken? I go outside, and sure enough, there's a puddle of gas all over the bottom of my Harley Davidson. And my first series of thoughts were not spiritual. My first series of thoughts is that this Harley Davidson American product is going to be like that Volkswagen camper Vanagon. Did you ever have a Volkswagen camper? Anybody ever own one? Put 3 motors in it? The damn thing was always broken all the time. You were stuck everywhere you went. But boy, when you were camping in it, it was the best, but you'd never get home. I had one of those. So if this Harley Davidson is going to be one of those kind of machines, I'm giving up my relationship with Holy Baba, and I'm going to go back to Zen Master Suzuki, Honda, Yamaha. All this is happening in a twinkling of an eye. I'm sitting underneath this gas right here, and I'm watching, and any one moment someone could light a match and the whole thing could blow up. All of this happened within a few minutes in my mind. And of course then I realized what I was doing to myself. And I just smiled and I put the matchbook away. Right? This is crazy. I called up Flatline and talked to my mechanic. Oh, I've only had the bike for 3 months. I have a mechanic already. Oh boy. And he talks Southern, and I'm not going to try to imitate Southern people in front of me. But he's got an accent, a real thick one. He's going, "So you just fill that puppy up?" And I said, "Yeah." He's going, "You fill it right to the top, did you?" And I said, "Well, yeah, like I filled it up all the other times. I filled it to the top." He's going, "You got to bring it about 2 inches down during the summertime, because that gas expands in there. And when it expands, it's got to leak out somewhere. So that's what you got." And I said, "Oh," and he goes, "What I want you to do now is just bend down with me." He's on the phone. "I want you to do something I want you to do. I want you to shut off the fuel cock lever first." Do you hear what I'm saying now? You got a situation that you're adding a lot of energy to, feeding fuel to. Shut the fuel cock lever off. This is not rocket science. Don't give this any more energy. Shut it off. Shut up. It's off. Good. Great. Next time you go to the gas station, 2 inches below. That's it. Problem solved. Letter of the law, spirit of the law, awakening. When does it happen? Somewhere else, some other time. Happens right here, right now, where the rubber hits the road of your life. These techniques are designed to simply encourage you not to keep fueling and watering those seeds, not to keep fueling those things that keep you in separation and fear. Just shut that fuel cock lever off and practice being present. It might even mean walking away from the situation. I do that a lot. We've had 6 people in our house for the last couple of weeks at our house, 4 people, 5 people. I've walked the poor dog at least 3 or 4 times, you know. I walk away, you know, just to let the energy run through, you know, and not react. Because I don't want to go that way. I don't want to throw stones at others, because I'll be the first one to receive them for myself. And I got another insight into anger. The Buddhists talk about this. Whenever you get angry, here's the secret to shutting the valve off. Here's the secret to not overfilling yourself with these incredibly erroneous concepts. When anger is present, just say to yourself, rather than, "I'm angry and here's the reason why," I'm here the cause, and telling them and giving them a piece of your mind, you back off and say, "Anger is present. This is anger. I'm feeling angry. Anger. I'm feeling the anger. Not my anger, but the anger. The anger that belongs to everybody. Everybody has anger. Everybody does. Whether you're an explosive hothead like guess who, or you're someone who stuffs the anger down. You know as soon as the trigger happens, you're there. You're not going to get rid of anger. You're never going to do that while you're here. All you can do is be aware that anger is present. And then it's not so personal anymore. And it's not my anger in my situation. It is the anger. And then you're less likely to need to go into the theater of your life and take life. You're less likely to have to be crazy in this world, because you're doing your inner work on yourself. And when something shows up in the theater of your own mind, you don't need to take it to the streets. You deal with it in your own movie house. When you change and shift the movie and the story, you're telling yourself. And then you no longer need to be a weapon of mass distraction in the world, but someone who's walking and living and thriving and being a peacemaker, because you've made peace with the only one you can ever really make peace with. And that's who? yourself. And that's what it means to do this work. So let's go to the lesson someday. Let's read and do, and we'll just look at viewpoints. We'll start with number one, go from there. The law of cause and effect bestows good or bad fruits of actions according to a person's good or bad activities. Every action, mental or physical, produces a result in the form of a tendency, which is lodged in the mind as a karmic seed. This mental tendency seed germinates into action when the conditions of the environment provide the necessary watering. A good mental seed produces good action. A bad mental seed results in evil performance. And we both have that inside of us. The saint and the sinner walk hand in hand. This comes from Eric Butterworth. I really love this. This is from the Ten Commandments. Consider the lowly oyster. Grains of sand work themselves into the shell and irritate it. It tries hard to get rid of them. When it cannot do so, it settles down and produces one of the most beautiful things in the world. It turns its irritation into a pearl. The pearl of great price. When you do this any one day, is your willingness to see that this irritation is a call for practice. When something's irritating you, when someone's irritating you, causing a reaction of anger, just remember that it is totally impractical, non-economical, to indulge in any kind of killing thoughts that will eventually come back to you. Solve the irritation, your irritation, in a simple way. Get busy hurling. Yes, and finally, shut the valve off, friends. All right, now think of a situation you're in right now. You know what I'm talking about. Shut the valve off that sends precious energy to brain cells that will keep you feeling judged and righteous and angry. Walk away from these illusions and instead send fuel to thoughts and feelings that can set you free. This is why we are here. Blessed be those of us who choose to embody this. Together, we are not only making a difference for ourselves, but for all the other beings on planet Earth as well. I walk away. I'm not going to fight with this today. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to silence my mind and just be. When you practice in this way, not just for yourself, you benefit all beings everywhere. This is what we need to be doing and being right here and right now. Namaste.
Thank you, Reverend Richard. Just happened to write a song while you were talking. Hi. Technical things. All right, men, you're going to help me with this song. This is called Walk Away. And then the women, I have a part for you as well. And Celestial is going to help you with that part. But I'll first teach the men their part. It goes like this. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away, and the men sing. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. Sing it out, guys. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. And the women, please give the men a big round of applause. All right. Celestial's going to help you out. Women, goes like, we are the ones we've been waiting for. No, I'm sorry. You're going to go like this. And now the fighting's over, and now the world is at peace. And now the fighting's over, and now the world is at peace. Walk away, the women say, and now the fighting's over, and now the world at me. Walk away, and give the women a big round of applause. All right, now you have your part. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Which battle leads to the end of a war? Our humanity will win this fight. Now walk away, walk away. Men, walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away, and the men sing. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. Keep singing, men and women. And now the fighting's over. And now the world is at peace. And now the fighting's over. And now the world is at peace. Walk away. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. Now the fighting's over. I won't be fighting today. Now the fighting's over. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. And now the fighting's over. And now the fighting's ended. And now the fighting's over. And now the fighting's ended. Walk away. Keep singing now. And now the fighting's over. And now the world is ended. And now the fighting's over. And now the world is ended. Walk away. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. I won't be fighting today. Walk away. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Which battle leads to the end of a war? Keep singing it. Our humanity. Walk away. Walk away.
It's over.
I won't be fighting today.
And now the fighting's over.
I won't be fighting today.